Mike Barbosi here on the In the Money Players podcast bonus show for this week. There was a special announcement this week straight from Darren Zaccali at Twinspires.com, and he made the announcement that they are going to start Twinspires Contests for Saratoga starting this week, this Wednesday. I brought Will Humphrey back because he's doing some shows with me this week to jump in and give you a couple handicapping thoughts for Saratoga, but mostly to alert the masses about this new development. Will, Twinspires has been doing contests here for several months. They have had plenty of huge events, but now the fact that we got Saratoga contests, I think that there's going to be an influx of people jumping in.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, Mike. I mean, I've played a few of these contests already, and they're just such great options to go alongside your cash play. And the quality of the racing at Saratoga has been fantastic, and so to have these contests running alongside them at Twinspires is a real treat for us horse players.
We're going to show you just if you go to twinspires.com and click on the tournament tab, you can jump into the contest and you can see if you go there, they have several contests coming up already this week for Saratoga. They got a $200 Saratoga feeder into the huge contest at Kentucky Downs. That's the Millions Betting Challenge. That's on September 6th. So that's a $3,000 contest. And that buy-in, that has KDBC seats, BCBC seats, NHC seats available. So, but you can see lots of cash tournaments also here. $40 Saratoga Challenge. That should be at a price point that most people can compete in. You see tomorrow, actually on Thursday, a $50 Saratoga challenge with cash prizes there. So you'll see $35 bankroll, $15 going into the prize pool. So really very approachable contest, Will, that guys with small bankrolls can jump in. And they also have the bigger contests for guys that, want to feed in to that Millions Betting Challenge. So like you said, lots of options.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. I mean, there really is something for everyone there. Any track that you play, any bankroll size, they even have some international contests as well. So it's just a fantastic way of getting involved with these races. And we encourage everyone to take part.
Well, if you're going to jump into the contest, you could also jump into a $102,000 Pick 6 carryover for Wednesday at the Spa. So we thank Twinspires.com for just sponsoring this little segment here. We'll give you a little handicapping, just a couple quick looks at some of the races. Pick 6 starts in race number 4 on Wednesday. And, we have 4 dirt races in this sequence, Will. Starts in race number 4, 2:58 Eastern time. So people will be jumping into that Pick 6. And, this first race, 6 furlongs, it's a starter allowance race for 50 claimers here. And, I thought a pretty tough-looking race. I was interested in the 7 Remy's Moon. It's David Jacobson here. He claimed this horse 2 back at Churchill on June the 4th and then stepped right into a 2-life claimer at Ellis and was able to win that spot, greatly improving the figure. Now, this one broke the maiden first time out at Churchill in one of those restricted maiden special weights. So 2 for 3 so far. Ships up here to New York, and I think the form's there. The speed's there. I like the post. There's plenty of speed in this race. Going to have to go up against a couple other Churchill shippers in here in the 2 and the 3. But I was heavy 7 in here. And then if you want a closer, maybe the 4, Roar Ready. Now, he's 8-1 morning line, but he looks the only closer in a race really filled with speed. He's got some back figures, and he's been facing horses at Gulfstream where maybe his closing style doesn't suit. He's interesting to me at a price. Will, any quick thoughts on this race?
Yeah, just completely agree on your 7, Mike. David Jacobson, you know how good he can be with horses off the claim. And look, there is quite a lot of speed signed on in this race, but this horse was very close to a fast pace last time and managed to hold on going 6.5 furlongs. So you've got to think that cut back to 6 today should be absolutely fine. The 109 Timeform US speed figure is by a long way the fastest on offer in this race, and at 5-1 there certainly is a lot to like. The 2 Gardner also is worth mentioning here. Another horse coming from Churchill Downs out of a 6.5 furlong race. And look, this horse is going to be up on the engine as well. So there is a chance that these 2 could go at it early. But the form that Joe Sharp has been in during this meet, I think that this horse deserves a lot of attention.
Race 5, stay on the dirt, 7 furlongs, another starter type. This is for 12 5 claimers. And Will, I know you had a more extensive opinion on this race. Can they, if the 2 stays in, can they beat that one?
Yeah, I think that's definitely possible, Mike. Look, ran a big 79 bar last time out and was very impressive in doing so, but that just seems a complete outlier to me. And I thought watching the race that the other horses in behind really just didn't show up, and I just want this horse to show it to me again. I think that the three Problematica is interesting here: Linda Rice and Jose Ortiz. Listen, this horse ran a stinker 13 days ago. To me, looked like something was amiss in that race. So I find it encouraging that the horse is wheeled back in just 13 days and Jose Ortiz sticks. You look back to the form before that at Churchill Downs, and this horse is, fourth and first in his two starts before that with bar speed figures of 60 and 68. I think that those make him live, and if connections are happy to wheel her I should say, back quickly, then at 9-2, I think that that's very fair. And the four Gone and Forgotten is another horse I'd be interested in here. I like the fact that Cantamasi claimed this horse back off of a nice win last time out and should get some pace to run at if the 2 and the 3 go at it early. 7 Furlong seems to hit this mare straight between the eyes and really looks like she thrives here at Saratoga. You see her 2 starts there. She ran a career best 81 buyer here at the track last August, and then again posted that very impressive win last time out. So I'd take the 3 and the 4 to beat the 2, who, in my opinion, is a bit of a bounce candidate.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if the barn keeps both the 2 and the 4 in the race. That'll certainly be interesting, just with different owners there, and they both look the ones to beat in race number 5 on Wednesday. Go to the turf, race number 6. We got a marathon here, Mountain 3/8. It's a 2X. This is a pretty nice race. Well, I was interested in a couple, but I'm curious to see what you think.
Yeah, look, I get the 5 Crystal Quest, 9-5 on the morning line, dropping out of stakes races where he's been going close and running well. But this horse really is extremely one-paced and is going to be a short price here, 9-5. Flavien Prat's going to, bring that price down even more. And I just don't know whether I want to take such short price about a horse stretching out in distance this far for the first time. You don't think that the distance is going to be an issue, but this isn't an easy group at all. And I think that this is a favourite that you want to try and beat. I try to do that with the 2 Catch a Wave, a $400,000 purchase going out for the Chad Brown barn. And this horse has always shown ability. Was laid off for just under a year, gelded during that time, and then came back with a really nice run last time out. Finished second to the reopposing Mutawid, but I felt that actually ran slightly better than that as he was caught extremely wide throughout. You'd think that first run back for so long, he's going to take a step forward for that run, cutting back to a mile and 3/8 rather than a mile and a half as it was last time. Should suit this horse straight between the eyes. And having drawn the rail in here, I think that he's going to sit an absolute perfect trip. The 6 Vesting at 6-1 is an intriguing price to me. Claimed by Mike Maker last time and showed a new dimension. Went straight to the lead and just ran them off their feet. Look, he's going to have to step up to non-winners of 3 company now. But this horse won by 3.5 lengths under a hand ride last time. Ran fast, ran an 87 bar, and we've seen Mike Maker, improve these horses off the claims, stretching them out in distance before. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's more to come from this horse today. 6-1's a fair price, and Mutawid as well. I don't think that you can leave this horse out. He did get a good trip last time, which certainly helped him when he beat the reopposing Catch Wave and Runguis. But look, this horse is just thriving right now. Mike Maker claimed him back earlier this year, stepped him up in distance, and he's improved with each and every start. He's run 4 straight improved by speed figures. I thought he was really good last time. I don't think that the cutback to a mile and 3/8 is going to hinder him too much. And he's going to get some pace to run at again. So I'd try and beat the 5 Crystal Quest using the 2, the 6, and the 8.
Yeah, and I understand a couple of those. And I like a different one in here. I know this horse is out for a couple of years here, the 3 Freedoms Way, but I really like his last couple of races. That race at Churchill there on June the 8th. This horse was gutsy in defeat, really got caught late by a couple coming down the lane, but This horse speedy, has an inside post. I think the last two races fit very well versus these horses. And you get Saez back, and I think that that's important for this one. With his speed, I think that he's interesting in this long race here. That one definitely plays well, and will need to be caught depending on what the 6 does. The 6 could get an outside stalking type trip. I like both the makers. You mentioned the 6 and the 8. I think both play pretty well in here. Also, the 8's interesting because Kendrick got on last time, and I think he got the ride that he needed to beat those horses. That was a short field. He's going to be outside again here, trying to make that really long run that he likes to make. I think it could set up for him. I don't want to leave him off, though. He's very interesting to me also. So 3, 6, 8 in that marathon turf race, race number 6 on Wednesday. Go to race 7, another starter allowance, 50,000, 7 furlongs. I would expect that this race could land a price. What say you?
I completely disagree, Mike. I think that Daisy Duke is very much the horse to beat, and for me, at least, she should be a single in here. As we consistently hear on these airwaves and read in Nick's notebook, Churchill Downs horses are performing exceptionally well here at Saratoga, and this horse ships in from Churchill Downs off of a couple of really nice races. Had a troubled start 2 back, and then last time finished second again, having not had the easiest trip in that race. Was caught between horses, then forced wide, but finished really, really well to get second, behind Flashware, who returned to win with a 80 buyer next time out. The 82 that Daisy Duke ran herself towers above this field, and according to Timeform US, this is an easier group. I think that she's going to sit the perfect trip behind the speed in here. Love the fact that Irad sticks aboard, and I just simply feel that she's better than this group, to be honest with you. If she was to scratch, you could definitely look at the 3, Bearer, who's won her last 2 starts, claimed by Dutro and made her debut for the barn last time and aired going a mile. Now, the track was fast that day, and she did get away with a pretty easy time of things on the lead. However, you look back to her run beforehand, she definitely doesn't need the lead. And look, we know how good Rick Dutro is off of the claim before. I think that having won under a ham ride last time, there's more to come from this filly. But if Daisy Duke stays in this race, I think that the race completely runs through her.
Yeah, I understand that one. Speaking of Nick Tamaro, he made quite an interesting case for the 8 Elegance on Steve Vick's show on Tuesday. So if you're interested in hitting the next thoughts for this pick 6, check those out. But his point was that maybe this horse should have been on the dirt all along. Used to race for Baffert out west, faced some tough horses out there. Ice Cream, U Scream being notable. And the one time that the horse was on the dirt at Churchill was involved in a very, very fast pace. So this horse is quite speedy away from there, has that outside post, should be able to, be up close in this race. And who knows? I mean, depending on which one of the ones stay in the race, could be lone speed. So I understand your 4. If it does get hot up front, I could see the 2 Looks First. This horse is a big closer and closed last time up here at Saratoga. That was this horse's best race in a while. So I'm interested in a horse that can come off the pace. You get Santana, who is very sharp, riding very well right now. So he's another one, maybe like a B type for me, race number 7 on Wednesday. Jump to race 8, and it's a 2X here, going a 6.5 on the dirt. And you have a pretty formidable entry in the 2s here with the big Kahuna and Everyone Loves Linda for Dutro. Both look pretty speedy in here. They have figures that are much greater than most of these in here. And, like Nick said on his show, one of these 2 is supposed to win this race. So I do think that one of those probably will. But another horse I saw in the race was a 7 Midtown Lights. This is a recent acquisition into the Safi Joseph barn. So, you get a trainer switch, you get Jose Ortiz up now. This horse has shown speed in the past, has raced in, some state bred stakes races, but is 1 for 2 over the racetrack. So off the trainer switch, I think could be interesting. Will, any thoughts here?
No, I mean, I completely agree that the one of the 2 2s should win this race, but I can't help but being somewhat interested in Princess Madison, drawn along the inside for Phil Bauer. Look, this filly really, destroyed her competition last year, ran a 94 buyer here at Saratoga, and look, hasn't been able to repeat that form since. However, her run at Charlestown in the Charlestown Oaks wasn't bad, finishing third to Mystic Lake and My Main Squeeze. That's good form, and her last two starts have been either side of a 294-day layoff. I didn't think that she ran too badly last time at all, and if she's able to step forward from that, there's plenty of speed in here for her to slot in behind along the rail, and at 6-1, I think I'd run at least a dime through her.
Yeah, Phil Bauer woke a horse up on Sunday in a stakes race that looked a little similar to this one. So keep an eye on that barn there. Race 9 to finish. State bred, maiden special weights, 5.5. Will, how are we going to get paid here?
Look, let's start off by talking about King Puck. I mean, Miguel Clement, Joel Rosario, this horse owns the fastest speed figures and has knocked on the door a few times now, finished second in 3 of his 4 starts. But to me, Mike, I'm just not convinced that the step back to 5.5 furlongs is really what this horse wants to do, especially with the 4. Only looking the horse with any speed in here. Maybe the 1, but that's cheap speed. And I was sort of toying with whether to use King Puck or not. I think that I will use him, but I want to take a couple of other horses in here as well. Previously mentioned the 4, the Commish. This horse finished third in a maiden claiming race last time. Now steps up to maiden special weight company. But that race last time, I like the way that this horse fought on, having contested a fast pace. I think that the pace is going to be slower today, and if he can step forward for that comeback effort, I think that he's live at 6-1, and both asking for a friend and Light Fantastic. I like the way that they both shaped in behind King Puck last time. Irad sticks aboard, asking for a friend, second off the layoff, and I think that horse has got to move forward in him. And Light Fantastic, just making second career start now with blinkers going on, I should say. I like the way that this horse shaped too. So, look, I'm a little bit spready in here. I don't really like going 4 deep. Maybe I can narrow it down closer to the time, but those are the 4 that I'm looking at.
Yeah, if you're, you think the favorite's a little suspect, so spreading out there, and it'd be nice to have coverage. If you are alive in this ticket, I understand the 4, especially, you get Lee Sias here. He definitely is going to put that one in the race again. I could see the 6 asking for a friend, another horse that I do agree. Got the turf last time, had trouble, took a bump there. Irad really riding very, very well. 17 wins already, so he is lighting it up right now. So I think that both of those 2 play pretty well in the finale. Well, Twinspires Saratoga Contest, I think it's music to everybody's ears here. So we'd like to get everybody involved and look to get in on these contests. And if you get your name on the leaderboard, there's going to be a lot of people looking up at you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm going to be trying to do tomorrow, Mike. This isn't an easy sequence, so, we'll see how things plan out, but that's certainly the plan. Get my name up on the leaderboard and wish everyone else playing good luck too.
Go to twinspires.com, check out the tournaments, check out the new tournaments at Saratoga, and get in on that pick 6 for Wednesday. You got 102,000 head start in the pot. We'll see y'all next time.